Hello everyone, my name is Nina Kozub. Today I want to talk about the path of growth in exotic pole dance. And this is not only about dancers, also about teachers in this style. I want to share with you very important points that will help you to development. And I have prepared a step-by-step plan for you. Each point in this plan very important. So I ask you to pay close attention to the information so that you really can get result. If you are a dancer, after watching, you will understand what is important to easily start improvising, feel confident in your dance, create your own original choreographies, and find your style. If you're a teacher, you will understand what to work on in order to create interesting choreographies for your students, so that thanks to your professionalism and structure, you grow students with excellent technique, progress, and results. I will show you a system which I created based on my own experience. Before we start, let's clarify what we will talk about. Dance vocabulary. Why it is important to expand your dance library. Musicality. One of the most common requests from my students and must-have skill if you want to develop not only as a dancer, but also as a very good instructor. Visual literacy. Understanding the small details in dance, because details can make or break your performance. Competition preparation for dancers. How to prepare for performances, and for instructors, how to prepare your students for good performances. Lesson methodology and communication, an essential part of teaching. Fears. Imposter syndrome, fears of age, fears of judgment, fear of imperfection, doubts about skill, about flexibility, and burnout. And self-promotion, because in today's digital age, your visibility strongly influences your success. Before getting the main part, I suggest you get to know me a little, so that you can trust me and understand why you can listen to me and why we are talking about today really works. Hi, I'm Nina, I'm coach and choreographer, and the person who has lived with exotic pole dance more than 10 years. I met Paul in 2010 and I started teaching in 2013. I'll be honest, I didn't have any dance or gymnastic background. Everything what I have now is a result of many hours of pole training. And when I started teaching, I also had no coaching experience. I had many inner fears at the very beginning. How should I do it? What if I don't know enough? What if I'm not strong enough? But I had such a big passion, and these fears didn't stop me. They motivate me to grow. Over time, with experience, working first in a studio as a lead coach, I started giving workshops all over the world. I have conducted my classes in countries such as Italy, France, Singapore, Hong Kong, Indonesia, and I still continue to teach workshops in different countries. I have been a member of judging panels at major international competitions in South Korea, in Switzerland, in Spain, in Greece, many other places around the world. I'm an organizer of one of the first exotic surf trip. I opened my online school. Southern girls from all over the world study with me. My students range from completely beginners, starting with basic steps, to girls who have danced for quite a while and want to try a new style, want to try some new tricks, transitions, and new choreographies. My blog has over 120,000 followers, and I am ready to share with you my experience, my knowledge, and system that helped me become not only a good dancer, but also a very good instructor, professional instructor. The most common stories and requests I hear is like how to find my style, how to create, how to improvise. For example, so many requests from the girls who want to become a teacher, but they're afraid of something, or just at the beginning of their journey. How do I teach class? I didn't know where to start, how to work with different level of the students, and the same, how to create interesting choreographies, and how to keep my students, etc. Yeah, believe me, I went through all these questions and fears. The first thing to understand is if you're already asking these questions, it means you're already growing, not standing still, have already reached some points to development on your own path, and you're ready to receive and absorb new knowledge and to move forward. And second, you just need a step-by-step plan, clear structure on what to do and what to work on to move forward. And here are my 7 steps that will help you become a successful professional dancer who can improvise and can create interesting choreographies and interesting combinations and transitions, and professional teacher whose students grow and develop. And first step, dance vocabulary. So what is it? This is your foundation, your absolute foundation. If we compare our dance to handwriting, so movements are letters, words are transitions, mini combinations are sentences, choreographies is the whole story. And if you don't know letters, you can make a word. If you don't know words, you can make a sentence, yes, and a very interesting story, for example. And the same with the dancing. If you don't know the basic, if you don't know basic movements, it will be hard to create and to perform more complex elements and transitions. And if you can connect movements into mini combinations, it will be hard to create choreography. Therefore, it is very important to expand your dance vocabulary. Dance vocabulary is collection, it's library of your dance movements and different transitions. And of course, the larger and more diversities, the more interesting your choreographies will be. One way to expand your dance vocabulary and enrich it with new interesting elements, tricks, transitions, etc., of course, to attend trainings and classes. Nowadays, you can find a lot of useful information, both online and offline. Attending trainings is great, but it is so cool when you start to create your own transitions, your own choreographies, your own combinations. And in this way, you start looking for your own style. You become an independent dancer. The more movements you know, so it's easy to create. The fear of improvisation disappears. Imagine, for example, if you have only one transition from one point, you will keep using it everywhere. All combinations will be similar and improvisation will be hard because you will be stuck with one element. So I would like to share with you with example, show you one video where I use just only one starting position, just one step with the inside leg, and where I create just three different combinations using only one starting position. Let's watch. If you need, you can watch it again. But do you see, I always started from one position, stepping with the right leg, and make 3 different combinations. And can you imagine, it is just 1 point, just 1 step with the right leg, and just 3 combinations. Only 1 point and 3 combinations. But you can come up with dozens of different exits using different grips, directions, angles, etc. The more ideas you have and more often you work on expanding your dance vocabulary, the easier it becomes to improvise. Remember, like vocabulary, the fewer words you know, the harder it is to express your thoughts. For teachers have a good dance vocabulary, very important skills to always surprise your students with the new material, with the new combinations, with the new tricks, with the new interesting interpretations of one element. And sometimes to be able to create material right during the class. So second step, musicality. Even having a large stock of dance movements and the ability to assemble them into cool and interesting combinations is very important to give these combinations mood, energy, and life and style. For this, it is important to develop musicality, to work with musicality, because music gives atmosphere and mood and energy. What is musicality? Simply, it is the ability of dancers or teachers to hear the music not just a general background, but to notice accents, bass hits, music accents, understand the structure of the music, where the verse is, where is the pause, where there is a build-up, etc. And recognize and understand the mood, and to explain this mood to the audience with your dance. What the music or track about, passion, or it's about sadness, it's about love, or something else. This quality is important for both for dancers and for teachers, so they can not only demonstrate or teach movement, but also give life, story, emotion, and style to this movement. I want to show you one more video, so let's look at this video. First, please look at the top of the video, and please then pay your attention to the bottom of the video. Let's look. And one more time. I hope you see that the combination is the same, but in the top video, it's just a smooth combination, it's just a smooth movements. It's not bad, with a good technique, If to compare to the bottom video, the bottom one has more life, more energy, more connection with the music. but the movements are the same. And this is how musicality affects your dance. And this is how the first one also good, but the second one, bottom one, have more energy, have more life. Yeah, this is what means musicality when you create something, when you dance something. And for teachers, musicality is also important as for dancers, of course. And as a teacher, when you explain movements to your students, you not just explain where the leg or where the hand, but you can explain the sense of musicality. So they understand why here the movement is slowly or faster or smooth, here more accents. In my course Exotic in Details, we learn to dance choreographies with the same track in completely different ways. First, we work to recognize different musical layers and dance to each layer, to the melody, to the accents, and to the words, finding the connection between movements and the music, highlighting important accents so that the combinations come to life. We also dance the same choreography to completely different tracks, which helps to understand how music influences style, mood, and presentation. Visual literacy. For both dancers and for teachers, visual literacy is one of the most professional skills. It is the ability to see not just the movement, but the structure of the movement, structure of the element, structure of the dance, lines, details. Many of you, especially beginners, have probably thought at least once, I dance the same movements like my teacher, but my dance looks completely different and I don't understand why. What's happened? Why does this happen? The secret is in the small details that make up every element, every movement, every choreography. The position of your hands, work of your legs, your knees, your back, your shoulders, work with your head, your hairs. To understand why your movements look different, you need to look at the full picture of the dance through an X-ray, noticing every small detail. Teachers should see even deeper, not only to understand and analyze their own dance, but also explain these details to students and also to notice in time the mistakes in students' technique, important details, legs, hands, head, everything, yeah? Not only to understand these details, but must be able to see and explain them. Students who have attended my courses online or offline know so well that I'm so much love to explain all the details. And I know that for my students, it is very, very important because every time I get so many feedback. For example, Nina, thank you so much. It was the best explanations. I understand all the details. Now I understand how to do this movement correctly. Now I understand the technique, etc. Yeah, I think for the teacher to get this feedback like this, yeah, it's very important and it's very pleased. And these words which I told you now, this is just a small part of the feedback from my students, but it shows that people really need details. For example, not just doing a wave, but understanding which part of your body, your chest, your back, your hips, pelvis are involved and how they work. So in my course, Exotic in Details, of course, I pay attention to the most important details in exotic pole dance. So the next important step is preparation for competitions or my judging notes. At the beginning, I already told you that I've been a judge at many major exotic pole competitions, and from my experience, I also realized that not everyone knows and understands that to perform well and possibly win first place in exotic pole, sometimes just good, clean technique is not enough. What I want to tell you, to perform or not perform in competitions is always your decision, because I understand that some girls really enjoy this, and if you enjoy and gives you really pleasure, of course, perform. You can perform every week if you want. But if it is stressful for you, a big stressful, yeah, and you really don't like it, you really don't like perform, so that's also okay, it's normal. But I believe that in any case, it's worth trying, because it's a special experience, special emotions, new meetings, communications, and it's just kind of celebration with stage, with lights, with hairstyles, with makeup. But you have to understand, if you truly want to get a good result from your performance, it is very important to understand how to prepare, what judges may pay attention to, criteria for judges, and what can lower your score. As I said, besides a good clean technique, it's of course very important. There are many other important details to consider during preparation. In the course Exotic in Details, there is a details lecture from me about judging, where I explain the most important points such as what a judging protocol is, how execution technique, choreography and composition, musicality, character, artistry, what wow effect is. And I also share more than 10 life hacks for quality preparation, what to pay attention to. When you know what judges looks at, you will understand what to focus on, what to improve, and your preparation will be purposeful, saving time and energy. So lesson methodology and communication with students. This is one of the most important parts of a teacher's work. Common thoughts of beginner teachers, of those who dream of becoming a teacher, how to conduct classes, how to give material, how to create choreographies, how to work with the students if students with a different level, how to connect with the students. Believe me, I was the same. These questions went around in my head and much came with experience. To answer these questions, important to understand lesson methodology, both group and private, so that each lesson is not just a practice, but a very important part in a big system. So the students see their results and won't come back again and again. Besides methodology, it's important to create a cozy and warm atmosphere in your classes where people can relax, escape from everyday life and problems. And creating such an atmosphere comes from communication with the people. And also, it's very important to know how to understand students' level and how to work with the students of different levels. This affects both the group atmosphere and students' results. For example, beginners teacher often panic when students of different levels come to a class. In my course, Exotic in Details, I give advice for these and for other situations, working through fears. This is an important psychological aspect. Many of you have probably heard about imposter syndrome. I'm not experienced enough, not good enough. I still have little knowledge, or fear about age. I'm too old to dance or to teach, or fear of what people will think. Fears of new students. Believe me, most dancers and teachers have faced or facing these fears. You can even think about what fears you have now, and what to tell you. It's absolutely okay. You are not different, but it is important to recognize these fears and to figure out how to work with it. So dance is not just mechanics. It's about our energy, our vibe, our mood. That's why I also cover this topic in my course, Exotic in Details. Self-promotion. Today, even if you dance excellently and you look towards teaching, no matter how great your technique is, it will all lose meanings if you cannot sell yourself. There is high competition. Many teachers who also want clients and full classes. And if you cannot promote your service, it will be quite difficult to move forward. So you need to focus on 3 main areas. First, packing your social media pages. So people should be able to find you and understand how to work with you. Who are you? What skills you have? How long you've been teaching? What is your energy? Why they choose you? Learning to find clients. You cannot just sit and wait for clients to find you. So you can find them for free, for example, social media, reels, stories, collaborations with other dancers, or payment methods. It's like advertising, creating your website, promoting via bloggers, and others. Knowing social media trends. Trends help algorithm notice you. Algorithm love new and relevant content. If you use a popular format, if you use popular music, popular style, the platform show you to a new audience more often. So today you can be an amazing specialist, an amazing dancer and amazing teacher. But if no one sees you, no one will know about you. If you know how to promote yourself, you become a brand. People come not only for your skills, but for your energy, style, and vibe. So we have considered 7 main points that guarantee you growth as a dancer. And who is high-level dancer? High-level dancer is someone who dances well, improvise, and create interesting and different choreographies, or someone who performs at competitions and wins, or a dancer who becomes a great teacher, manages groups, and achieves results for others. Everything I shared today is not just theory. It is what I teach and work on in my course Exotic in Details for dancers and for teachers, where in every step I include practical lessons and tasks. So in the model, how to create combinations in choreographies, there is a lecture about dance vocabulary and how to expand dance vocabulary, and practical videos showing how to create combinations, and a bonus lesson where I share with you 10 mini combinations to expand your dance vocabulary. You will understand how to create choreographies, how to create different variations and combinations, making even the same elements look different. The block musicality musicality includes lecture about musicality, what is it, and how to develop musicality, and practical lesson where we dance the same choreography to 2 different tracks and learn to recognize different music layers and dance to them. You will learn how to hear music, understand its structure, and adjust movement to different musical layers and accents. Visual literacy module includes a lecture on developing visual literacy, so your dance look clean and professional, and practical lessons with analyze of common mistakes and instruction how to explain elements to students. You will learn to notice mistakes, messy lines, and small details. In judging notes model, I explain what to consider when prepare yourself or students to competitions in exotic pole dance. You will learn what to pay attention to, judging criteria, and why sometimes perfect technique is not enough. Model the dance inspiration includes one of my choreography, very expressive, very feminine, with a lot of accents and allowing you to reinforce your knowledge and get inspired. The model lesson methodology has lecture about lesson methodology, about effective communications with the students, and as well as example of my signature warm-up with explanation of the movements. You will learn how to structure lessons, both group and private, work with the students of different levels, and create a warm atmosphere in your classes. The fears and burnout includes information from my guest psychologist about main fears and how to work with these fears. And the model teacher promotion includes lecture of offline and online promotion, social media trends, and how to package your pages so students can find you if you don't have mood for posting. And additionally, there are interesting bonus lessons. You will receive not just information, you will receive tools that work and can be applied immediately in practice. Thank you all for watching this, and more details about my course Exotic in Details available under this video if you watched it on YouTube or YouTube, and also in the board if you came through it. The lecture turned out quite big. I hope it is informative and useful for you. Please pay attention to these steps. What to focus on? How is it going with your dance vocabulary? What about musicality, visual literacy, etc.? And what about your fears? And what about your promotion? Believe me, just like many of you at the beginning of your journey, I went through all doubts and fears. But now I'm a teacher with many years experience, full classes, sold out workshops, and we schedule for a year in advance in different countries. All this is not only thanks to hard work and strong desire, but also thanks to a good structure, a good system and knowledge base we talked about today. If you wish to dive deep, truly learn and become a professional teacher, I'm waiting for you in the course Exotic in Details. I will always be grateful for your feedback. You can write what you like or what you don't like, in your insights, your ideas. I will be grateful for everything. And thank you so much for your attention, and see you next time.